What's the best microphone for YouTube in 2021? So in today's video, I'm going to compare two microphones that honestly with either of them you can't go wrong with. The Deity V-Mic D3 Pro and the Rode VideoMic NTG. There's a lot more information on both of these microphones down below in the description. I've been using both of these microphones for a couple of months now. Honestly, I'm happy with both of them. What I wanted to do in today's video is basically show you a couple of different recording scenarios. I'll label them mic A and mic B. At the end of the video, you can choose which one you like the sound of better. And then I'll also go into the pros and cons that I see for each of the microphones. So let's check it out. So this is microphone A boomed up above me. So this should sound pretty good right now. This is a very ideal shooting situation. I have two sound blankets. The microphone is obviously really close. How does this sound right now? Here we are with microphone B that's currently boomed up above me. It's about 18 inches or so from my mouth right now. This is generally where I record my YouTube videos. So how do you like the sound of microphone B compared to microphone A? Does this clear? Do you like the sound of my voice more? Again, this is ideal situation for recording a YouTube video or a talking head video. I have the two sound blankets up, one beside me, one in front of me, and the microphone is really close to my mouth. So the audio here should be pretty solid. Okay, so here we are with microphone A that's currently mounted to my camera, which is about 6 feet away. So you can see I have to lean up quite a bit to reach the microphone. This is probably about twice as far away as you should normally have a microphone, but this is a good test of, hey, if you don't have ideal audio situation, although I am inside right now where the sound blankets I have in front of me and beside me that will cut down quite a bit on the echo, but the microphone is pretty far away right now. Okay, so here we are with microphone B that's mounted on top of my camera. Again, it's 6 feet away. This isn't the ideal shooting situation. The microphone is twice as far away as it should be. In an ideal situation, it's 3 feet or a meter or less away from the subject that's speaking. How does this sound right now? I have the sound blankets up, so it's cutting out on some of the echo, but how does this compare to either the microphone much closer or compare to microphone A? Okay, so here I am walking through the park right now. I'm using the switch pod, holding it out not quite at arm's length, so the microphone right now is maybe 18 inches from my mouth. How does the audio sound? Can you hear my footsteps? Right now there's not much of a breeze, but it kind of comes and goes a little bit. But what do you think of the audio right now? How does my voice sound? So we're using microphone B right now. There's a tiny bit of a breeze at the moment. I don't know how that's being picked up on the microphone. I'm holding out the switch pod not quite at arm's length. I'm on 16 millimeters with the Sony lens. So the microphone is maybe 18 inches away from my mouth right now. Can you hear my footsteps stepping on leaves or the dirt path? All right, so we're back with microphone A. How's this sound right now? Can you hear me taking steps at all? I'm on a wood bridge right now. Some people talking in the distance way in front of me. Not too much of a breeze at the moment. Okay, so how does this sound right now? Can you hear the bird chirping above me? Did that get picked up? Now walking on this wood bridge, I don't know if you can hear my steps on that. What do you think about this microphone? This is microphone B. Does it block out all the sounds besides my voice, or can you hear the bird above me chirping? There's a little bit of a breeze right now. Does that show up in the audio? Okay, so right now I'm recording arm's length away from my phone. So how does this audio sound? I've gotten maybe doubled the distance of where I was recording when I was walking around. How's my voice? There's some birds off in the distance over there. It sounds like there's a plane up in the air somewhere, but it's a little bit far away. So what I want to do is also test the rejection of noises that are around the shotgun mic. So right now I am now arm's length away, but at a 90-degree angle from the microphone. So now I'm arm's length away, but I'm directly behind the microphone. Okay, so as I move back in front, how does that sound now? Okay, so here's microphone B. Again, I'm arm's length away. There's a dog barking in the distance. I don't know if you heard that at all. So what I want to test now is me talking at arm's length distance away. Then if I move to 90 degrees next to the camera, how does this sound right now? And then if I continue to move back behind the microphone, so I am arm's length away, completely behind the mic. What do you think of this one? Okay, so after going through all this, do you have a favorite microphone? Do you like microphone A or microphone B? Write that down below in the comment section. Also, if you want to guess which microphone is which, feel free to leave that down below as well. So microphone A was the Rode VideoMic NTG, and microphone B was the Deity V-Mic D3 Pro. Okay, so now I want to talk about some of the features and pros and cons for the two microphones. So the first thing would be the battery life. So the Deity mic has a battery life of 50 hours of use, where the Rode mic has a battery life of 30. Both of those are pretty solid, but it's almost twice as much battery life with the Deity microphone. The next thing is both of them will automatically figure out what you're connecting it to. So I'm able to use either of the microphones with my iPhone, with my Google Pixel 3, or with my Sony a6600, and they end up connecting perfectly. The next thing that's really nice with both of them is that they'll put themselves in standby or turn themselves off if they're not in use. The Rode mic is a little bit better, where it'll actually turn itself on and off depending on if the camera is currently working. So this is great for me who leaves the camera set up, leaves the microphone plugged in. When I'm done recording, just turn the camera off, the microphone turns itself off. And when I go to record the next day, just turn the camera on, the microphone is good to go, and you don't have to worry about forgetting to turn off the microphone or forgetting to turn it on when you record. Another nice thing with the Rode VideoMic is the fact that it'll record a safety track. So it'll actually record the normal audio, and then so on, say, the left side, and then the right side will be 20 decibels lower. So if you're ever worried about having audio that's peaking, having audio being recorded at two different levels will essentially save you from that. Because if the higher one ends up being too loud, you have the lower track that's being recorded all at the same time. So that's one really nice feature with the Rode microphone that the Deity does not have. I've been going back and forth between using both of them as far as which one I think I like my voice better when I'm recording with it boomed up above me. I actually think I like the Deity mic a little bit better. Another thing in favor of the Rode mic is that you can plug it in and use it as a USB mic into your computer. So you could plug it in with USB-C or just a normal USB-C cable and use it for Zoom calls, Google calls, streaming, and things like that. So that's just one extra bonus feature for the Rode mic. If you want additional help growing on YouTube in 2021, we have a free masterclass with tons of tips to help you do just that. If you're interested in signing up, I'll put a link down below in the description. One of the things with the Rode mic as well is so the Deity dial goes from 0 to 10, and the Rode mic goes from 1 to 15. Those are just random numbers that don't necessarily mean anything, but when I'm plugging this into my camera, one of the things is usually you want the gain on your camera as low as possible, and then to adjust the gain on the microphone. So the thing is with the Deity mic, what I was noticing is I have it all the way maxed out, and on my Sony camera, I have to turn it up to around, I think, 7, where I can record at a lower level on the Rode microphone and a lower level on my Sony camera. So that should give you clear audio as opposed to having to crank the gain on both of them to get the sound at the levels that you want them at. So basically, to get more audio from the microphone for the Deity, I need to turn up. I need to turn up the gain much more on my camera. So if something were really, really quiet, like, I don't know, I've never done this, but say ASMR or something like that, you may find it better to use the Rode microphone. So that's just one other difference, is that I think that you can get, a wider range of sounds coming from, if you're recording with the Rode microphone. So something that's really, really quiet, you could turn up and get enough volume recorded on your camera, where the Deity doesn't have quite as wide of a range. So both of these are really similar in as far as design. To show you some of the things that you can do. So for example, if this sticks out too far and you can see it, when it's mounted on your camera, you can slide the microphone further back. Or if you're worried about putting your eye up to the viewfinder, you can move it all the way forward. So both of them have a very similar setup. The shock mount is essentially made by the same company. This one is all black. The Rode shock mount is red. One of the other things is they both have low pass filters. So if you want to cut out some of the rumble and things like that, that might, from like an air conditioning or something like that, that's something could be adjusted. They both can be taken out of the shock mount like so. So they both end up coming with windscreens. that can be taken off. So obviously if I wanted to mount this up above me, not use the windscreen, both of them have that feature. One of the other things is the Deity microphone comes with this nice hard case. So if you're going to be traveling a lot and don't want something to, the shock mount, this to be all bent up because it gets thrown around in your bag, carrying something like this can be a nice addition to the Deity microphone. So I bought this Deity microphone first, and when I was recording normally, everything was fine. I loved it. One of the things that happened in my apartment though, so I was living on the 6th floor of an apartment building. The top floor, I don't know if there was cell towers or something up above, but I was always getting this interference with this microphone. So it's this static noise in the background. I'm sure there's some way to edit that out in post-production, but I'm not smart enough to figure that out yet. And so that was the reason that I ended up buying the Rode VideoMic NTG. But honestly, I think both of these are phenomenal microphones and you can't go wrong with either of them. So after hearing the audio for both of them and going through the pros and cons, which of the microphones would you rather purchase? Are you thinking about buying one right now? Let me know. Leave it down below in the comment section. If you are looking to grow on YouTube in 2021, we have tons of videos to help you with that. I'll link to our playlist along the side right here. Hope to see you in those and other videos. Bye-bye.